Let's take a look at some cool looking gear I found in a recent play session of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I want to tell you how the loot system kind of works as well. So if you enjoy that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. Let's start with my favorite helmet I found during the first 6 hours of the game, this amazing looking Persian warrior helmet that was dropped by a level 7 mercenary, giving you the amazing Persian warrior look, hiding your identity and instead showing a very cool looking but scary face. I mean, I was level 9 at that point and already looked really cool. Well, that is because of the system that is in place in Odyssey that has both a good side but also a small negative side in my opinion. Because I, for example, also found this awesome looking Agent King helmet that you can know from the legendary Agamemnon set that is showed in a recent video showcasing the warrior gameplay in Odyssey. You can see the difference though, the legendary version has these gold touches and more silver, while the epic variant is not so shiny, and of course in terms of stats, that one is way worse than the legendary version, and of course does not have a set bonus for wearing the full set. So I would not be surprised if there was also a legendary set of the Persian warrior helmet, and I can't wait to get it. So I think you already see it, right? The cool part about the system is that at the early levels you already look super badass. Because different variants of the legendary gear can drop, it does not quite look as amazing, but it still gives you like the style. The downside is that you might have already seen a lot of the cool looking high level gear, then when you finally get this legendary set, it will not feel as awesome anymore. Because maybe 10 levels ago you already had a rare version of this helmet. I still hope that there are some legendary sets that only have legendary variants, because otherwise it will not be as special anymore, but hard to say if that will be the case at this point. You would think that that was the case, of course. But yeah, overall the loot grind is way more exciting because of the many awesome gear pieces you can collect throughout the whole game, while in Origins you of course only could get some weapons, and most of them were useless. This also brings me to the next thing, because something I never did in Origins is go to the blacksmith, only to upgrade some gear that I really liked. Well, in Odyssey there are a ton of good reasons to check for cool looking gear, since the blacksmith's inventory can totally have these amazing looking items for sale. The blacksmith is randomized, so different per town, so totally check them every town. They also change over time, so check back often, and they are different per player, so I might see this helmet while you don't see it. One helmet I, for example, found at the blacksmith was the Brute's helm that you might remember from a max level mercenary that I showed in my mercenary system video from the Gamescom footage. So yes, happy to tell you that you can wear this helmet as well, and it looks really awesome. You do see the difference again, because this mercenary likely has the legendary variant, it's gold and has a wider skull, like at least from the looks of it. So again, I think there's a legendary variant of this helmet. Well, you can already wear it on level 7 as well, if you of course got lucky at the blacksmith. Like, there are so many different types of armor pieces, helmets, chest pieces, waist, that there's a high chance that you don't see this in the blacksmith around the same level, maybe even way later in the game, I would imagine. Luckily there are other ways to get the gear as well, from drops from enemies of course, but also from the chests in the world, making it way more exciting to loot those chests from the locations, because there might be a cool new gear piece inside. Like for example here on level 5 on the starter island I found the Brawler's helmet that looks pretty dope, so I could already run around with that, and you might remember this helmet from a mercenary I encountered again in the Gamescom demo. I also used this one time in a thumbnail. It's Callisto the Cursed, and she has, I think, the legendary version of this helmet, since it's golden and has the red plume. So what this means is that you can look like every mercenary you encounter in the game. Like when you see an awesome armor or an awesome weapon that a mercenary is using, then you can get that one as well. Like, it will not drop from that mercenary because the mercenary item is random, but you can still get it through other ways, like the blacksmith, a chest in the world, or maybe some quests. Like, I saw this awesome headgear and I was immediately like, okay, I want that too. And then it dropped for a person that was like sitting next to me at the Paris event where I got to play Odyssey. So when he left, I asked him if I could like use his PlayStation to record some stuff, because I wanted to show you the gear that he got. So happy that he did that, because now I'm able to show you this awesome shroud on Kassandra, hiding everything but her eyes. Like, I really love this one, and I think all the hood lovers of course out there will do too. But yeah, overall, while there are like more knight style helmets, there is still a good selection of stealth style assassin outfits as well. And one little touch I really like is the fact that the color of your hood changes depending on the chest armor. So from a main story mission really early on in the game, you get the mercenary hood that is white, but if you wear it in combination with the mercenary breastplate that has the red scarf, then the hood is red as well. So I really like this touch, and there might be like more combinations of this in the game as well. So yeah, like I said, there is a good combination between knight armors, more knight armors like in general, but there's also a lot of stealth gear. And of course, thanks to the new gear system, you can also mix and match, although it will of course be smarter to wear the gear that is the best for your level and your playstyle. But at least you know that there's a wide range of gear that all looks pretty cool even on the early levels. We can all start from the beginning on October 5th or of course October 2nd if you got the gold edition or higher. I got you covered on everything Odyssey in terms of news, tips and tricks and everything you come to expect from me. Totally subscribe if you haven't already for everything about the game. Like this video to support the channel, check out my recent video with how you get the face paint that you saw on the chest of Kassandra, and also footage of me taming and petting an animal, and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.